What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a 20-minute HIIT upper body workout. The timer just started, so I don't want to take up too much time with this. We're going to need a lacrosse ball, a resistance band, a small mini band, as well as a set of rings or a TRX for most of our workout. Let's start by doing some soft tissue work to make sure that we can manipulate the tissue that we're going to work out today. Again, this is an upper body day, so we're going to focus on our shoulder here. We're going to lay face down on the ball where the shoulder and pec meet each other. We're going to place the ball there. We're going to put some pressure on the ball, and then we're going to chicken wing our elbow up and down, okay? We're going to do about 40 seconds to start here. Now, most of us, because of our posture, from sitting at work, from sitting on our commute, from sitting when we get home to watch TV to relax, we get kyphotic and rounded forward. And that means that the tissue of our shoulder and our pec get really, really tight, and then it also pulls on our upper back, and that tissue has to lengthen to compromise, and it gets really weak. So we're working on right now providing blood flow and increasing fluid dynamics in our shoulder, again, to hydrate the tissue so we can be more effective at trying to stretch and lengthen it out, as well as activate it in our workout. Okay, let's switch sides. Other shoulder. I like to think of kind of leaning my weight to the side as I do this, that I have the ball. Do not lift your shoulder off every time you pick your elbow up and down. If it's super sensitive, just take deep breaths. So today, the structure of the workout is we're going to do 4 exercises. After we finish all 4, we're going to continue to repeat the circuit over and over without rest. If you really need it, go ahead and stop, please. Don't let me stop you if you don't feel well or you're nauseous. Please take as much rest as you need. But the goal is, and the way I programmed this was to try to keep you continuously moving for 20 minutes. And we're going to perform as many rounds of this as we can. If we perform this workout again, we'll just try to do a few extra reps or a few extra rounds if we can to know if we're improving our performance. Next, let's stretch out some of the tissue that we just kind of did some myofascial release with. So let's grab a band. I want you to pull it apart. And I want you to pull the band all the way behind you, keeping external rotation so the crease of my biceps are to the ceiling, and then all the way around the other way. Now, if this is extremely painful or you have to bend your elbows, make your grip wider. This shouldn't be that challenging, but you should get a good stretch on the front of your shoulder. Again, we're going to do 10 here. Nice and slow, taking our time. Stretching out the tissue of our pec and our shoulder, taking it through a big range of motion. 3 more. We're going to do 2 pulling exercises today, 2 pushing. We got a lot of good stuff coming at you here. Okay, next. We're going to grab a mini band. I'm using a medium. I probably recommend a light for most people. We're going to put our hands in the mini band, and we're going to put it around our wrists, and we're going to pull our wrist apart as much as we can. Now, the concept is I want my hands wider than my elbows. I don't want this. I want this. This is external rotation. Once I get here, I keep my elbows at 90 degrees. I just hold this position. You're going to feel the small musculature in your shoulder going crazy trying to work right now. Deep breaths. Less than 10 seconds for me. You're going to slowly see one collapse. Keep fighting, keep fighting. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Last thing. We're going to take this mini band. We're going to pull it apart. Press all the way over our head. Let's do 10 reps here. Again, taking our shoulders through a big range of motion and trying to warm them up. I'd say that's the most delicate and vulnerable joint that's going to be working today consistently. So let's make sure we warm up the weak external rotators, because again, we're sitting, getting pulled into internal rotation from working all day. So 4 exercises we're going to perform. Workout starts now. We're done with the warm up. We're going to do an overhand row with the rings to work our back out, 15 reps. When we finished with that, we're going to do an overhead press with that band, 15 reps. When we're done with that, we're going to do another row with the rings, but now underhand, working our biceps more, different part of our back, giving us a little break from the first one. And then the last thing we're going to do is push-ups, okay? So stick with me here. Let's go through all of these together. First up, we're going to do those overhand rows. So while holding onto our rings, we're going to come on back, and we're going to maintain neutral spine. I squeeze my butt in my belly. Now, when I pull myself up, my elbows come up to about 90 degrees, and I think of getting my elbows behind and really pinching my shoulder blades. I don't want us rounded forward. I want our shoulder blades back behind us and pinching so we work our back. We're going to do 15. Now my tempo on the way down is nice and slow. I explode and pull myself up, but I really want to pinch my shoulder blades and make my back do a lot of work here. Again, I'm not relaxing at the bottom and using momentum. If you need to make it easier, stand up taller. That's the nice thing about the rings. You can make it easier or harder throughout the exercise. And we're gonna do as many rounds of this as we can. Throughout this, you're probably gonna have to walk your feet to a different position because you're gonna get tired. Next, we're gonna do an overhead press. So we got our band here. We're gonna press our arms all the way overhead, bring the band all the way back down. Doing 15 reps here. When I press my arms overhead, I wanna make sure I finish with my arms directly over my center of gravity. They're not out in front of me. If it looks like this, you're making your shoulders tighter over time. Poke your head through. Make sure we're not arching our back. We're standing tall, squeezing our butt and belly. Again, pull the band apart more to make it easier. Almost there. And 15, good. Okay, now we're coming back to the rows. We're doing an underhand row. So again, I'm here, my palms are to the ceiling now. I pull myself up and now I'm working my biceps a little more, as well as a new part of my back. Think of driving those elbows back behind you. Again, deep breath. Pulling exercises are so important so we can work on our posture. Again, the tissue of our back gets really weak. Our pecs and shoulders get really tight. So by doing a lot of pulling, we're gonna help fix our posture. Now the pressing exercises I programmed today are relatively easy compared to the pulling, again, trying to help our posture. Okay, next, kneeling push-ups. So if you're strong enough to do normal push-ups, please be my guest. If you're not, knees under you, palms spread apart. Okay, my hands are directly under my shoulders. My weight goes forward, my elbows come in by my side at the bottom. Retract my shoulder blades. I don't want them internally rotated. Retract. Press up, again, elbows in. 15 is our goal. I have a neutral spine. I'm not letting my back arch. I'm not doing the worm. If you need to and you're doing the worm, do slow on the way down and then help assist yourself up. Slow on the way down, assist yourself up, whatever you need to do to make 15 of these challenging. You can also do plank to push up and use that as your exercise. Again, I want you to consistently move through this workout. And if one exercise is making it too hard to continuously move, regress it, make it easier. So that's one round done, 12 minutes left. Elbows wide, pinch pull. It's amazing, with just a couple pieces of equipment here, we can make a home gym and get really good workouts done. When you're using these rings, please be safe however you attach them. Make sure they're in the doorway. If you're using them in a doorway, make sure it's the direction the doorway closes and it doesn't open towards you. For obvious reasons, if someone opens the door, you're falling back. Oh, almost there. Ooh, okay. Back to the band overhead press. Okay, step inside here. Whew. If you want to make it harder, stand wider on the band, creates more tension. If you have too thick of a band, you can use your legs, dip down, stand, press with momentum. If you get really tired, you could turn it into a push press. 8, 9, all the way down to your chin, guys, please. Don't do these half reps. Full range of motion. Below the chin, over your head, locked out elbows. 14, 15, okay, good. Woo, now we got our underhand row. 10 minutes left. Pinch those shoulder blades. Deep breaths. 10, 5 more. If you gotta take a break, just hang out for a second with locked out arms. Last one. Oh, okay, good. Woo, now push-ups. Kneeling position. Again, weight forward, elbows in. Shoulder blades stay back. Seven. How much time we got left? 9, 10 minutes, barely in 10 minutes. To be honest, I was just worried that my watch paused. Make sure those hands are directly under your shoulders. And 15. Whew, okay, back to the rows. Now, of all the workouts, today is definitely the most muscularly taxing. You're gonna reach muscular failure much before you probably reach cardiovascular, failure in the sense of you need to take a break to let your heart rate come down. So you may need to walk your legs further back to make these easier, or do a rep, take a deep breath. But just again, try to keep moving. I want you to burn as many calories and work through as many reps as you can. Again today, upper body day, a lot of pulling, help your posture. 11, 4 more. Deep breath, take a second. 15. Whew. What round is this? We're on our third, fourth round maybe? Okay. Band. Ooh. Because you're using a band, make sure you're explosive. If you're not, the tension is hardest at the top. So try to get there quickly and explosively. Ooh. 10, 5 more. Try to keep it close to your center of gravity at the bottom. Don't let it get too far out in front of you. You're gonna waste energy. 15. Whew, okay. Back to pulling, underhand. Definitely a nice break from the overhand. Works a different part of your back. You feel your arms working a lot more. Again, nice yin and yang. That's sometimes the tough part about programming. You gotta make sure if you're doing things in a circuit, one exercise is not counterintuitive to the others, you getting maximal benefit. And 15, right? That's why sometimes I don't like pairing heavy holding movements like a deadlift, right? You're having to hold a lot of weight on pulling days because your grip strength is just shot. Good, again at the bottom, shoulder blades are back. Don't let them round forward. So important on push-ups. Giving us good shoulder stability, making sure our elbows are close to our side. We're not wide, putting us in an impingement. If you need to do this from an inclined surface, like a couch, if you have something elevated here, you can still do it from your knees and make it a little bit easier. All right, how much time we got? Almost a little under 7 minutes. I think 2 more rounds. Deep breaths. Oh, strong. 11. Whew, just hang out for a second. Wiggle my arms. Tight belly. Elbows high. Oh man. Arms are dead right now. Got a great pump. Whew. Again, for 20 minutes, I think having a huge exercise selection and only doing it once each or twice each, not as beneficial as when you get in a groove and you can just keep pumping out reps. Trying to be as efficient as we can in 20 minutes. Hopefully then we'll be able to get you guys to 30-minute workouts, then 40. Almost there. One for good luck. Oh man, getting close to failure there too. Whew, okay, underhand rows. Pinch. Keep puffing my chest up. Deep breath. Again, elbows close to side. And I know I hold that relaxed bottom position there when I catch my breath in my arms. But again, I'm doing that just to give my arms a break and my back a break. I'm not trying to do that and cheat. If you're doing that on each rep, it's a lot different than if you're just resting in that position. In case anyone tries to give me a hard time. Shoulder blades back. Make sure your hands don't get too far out in front of you. You'll make it too challenging. You'll make it more of a tricep exercise, which again is not what we're trying to do. We're trying to work out large muscle groups, not small, isolated. And again, keep track of how many rounds did you do. Because next time you do this, I want you to try to beat it. About 4 minutes left. Each of these rounds goes by pretty quick. 9, 10. Again, I'll take my resting position. 5 reps. Accumulative volume. How do we accumulate as much volume as humanly possible over the course of 20 minutes? 3. If you want to rest up top. Pull the band apart, make it easier on your shoulders. Again, please do not arch your back. Do not finish out in front of you. Pull the band apart to help your shoulder mobility as you press over your head. 14, 15. Oh man, oh man. Whew. A little over 3 minutes. I think we're gonna get one more full round in, which I'm gonna have to watch this again. I think I finished 6 then. Keep those palms up. Don't turn this into a neutral row. Try to keep those palms up to the ceiling. 2 more reps. Oh man. Almost there, almost there. So important. Pushing strength, it's not usually correlated to functionable things in your day-to-day life. You're not pushing open super heavy doors. But if we think as we get older, and if you're on the floor and you need to get to a standing position, the first thing you need to do is do that push-up. Then get leg here and then stand. So it's applicable in that sense of if you're ever on the ground as you're older, you gotta have adequate upper body strength to help put yourself into a lunge position or a squat and then stand up. Elbows wide, pinch. 10, almost there, 5 more. 3, 2. When I get tired and I need a break, I try to always count from 3, and that's the maximum amount of rest I'll give myself, unless it's a cardiovascular thing and I truly need the rest. A little more than a minute. Let's keep working hard. 5 more. 2. Oh, good. Oh my goodness. Almost there. Underhand rows. Probably got less than a minute now. Make those biceps work here. Oh, keep that chest puffed up. I got lazy there. 14, 15, okay. Push-ups, 30 seconds. Again, make this as easy on yourself as you can. If you just want to hold this position the whole time, it's a little late to tell you this now, but you can hold it while I do the push-ups. 15 in 3, 2, 1. Bingo, guys. Phenomenal job. That's 20 minutes of constant upper body work. You just did a ton of volume in a short amount of time. And again, if you struggled on one of the movements, to me, honestly, that's great. You got a lot of room for improvement on something, so that's great. Sky's the limit. So if it was the push-ups, let's slowly work on better positioning and just slowly work on strength from that position. And if it was muscular endurance, by again doing these more often, you're gonna be able to handle more capacity-wise. Your muscles won't get tired so quickly. So thanks guys for working hard. I really appreciate you and for using me as a mentor. Hydrate, drink a protein shake, take care of your body. Don't forget the calories in, calories out thing we talked about. Don't waste this workout. I know it benefited your heart health and building muscle and strength and going through ranges of motion. Food won't take away from that, but food will take away from you being the desired body composition you want. So remember that. So again, thank you. Love you guys. Appreciate you for being here and helping me do what I love. And I'll see you at the next one. Let's keep it going.